Well, hello everyone. Um, Aaron blocked me, which is hilarious and really shows how much of a bitch he is. I had tweeted at him underneath his video of "I'm in hot water. Keep coping, wife beater. Anyone that sits next to you is also co-signing spousal abuse. I hope the next woman you isolate and beat knows how to make a great Molotov cocktail." So, I don't blame him for blocking me at all. Like, he does not have to deal with me or anyone else saying awful shit to him. Like, that's well within his right. And I wouldn't hold it against him. And it's more funny than anything. So, of course, I had to, screenshot it and send it to Mr. McKill-a-Listener. And we had a fantastic little laugh. He is not with me right now. So, we'll be making a video together. This is just more of a kind of a talk about psychological abuse and the after effects. And I'm not sweeping or trying to defend anybody in this. I can empathize a lot with April. And that's not to say that she's perfect or she doesn't have any responsibility in anything. To me, you're half responsible for what goes on in a relationship. What part did you play? If you're in a relationship, you are 50% of problems. But abuse is like a whole different story, and I'm so nervous to even make this. Mr. McKill-a-Listener is my security blanket. So, and he's at work. And I kind of wanted to make this serious. So, we should be making a silly sort of video about Aaron and his idiocy and lies and bullshit tonight. So it'll be up probably late tonight. At the very latest, it'll be tomorrow that I upload it. So if you want to skip this one, go for it. Not going to hurt my feelings. We're not YouTubers. We're not trying to be YouTubers. We're just two people reacting to stuff that we see. So no worries. So yeah, Aaron blocked me and it was funny, but then it pissed me off. And not in like a personal, how dare you sort of way, but a sort of philosophically pissed. Which I divide anger into two categories. There's like personally pissed and then philosophically pissed. And the philosophically pissed part of me is like, oh, how dare you? Like, this is in court documents. Like, you put your hands on your wife, but yet you're so much of a bitch that you can't hear about it. And that's what bothers me. And we've all seen him sit there and psychologically abuse April on the show. It's the way that he was with her is really, really, really shitty and abusive. And I can empathize a lot with that. So, in college, I had an ex that was ultra controlling and really psychologically abusive. And so he was friends with my older brother and his circle of friends. And so when I went to college, everybody was there, and so I just, naturally met everybody and became friends with them. And he was the nice guy. And so pretty much everybody was like, oh, you guys should get together. You'd be so good for each other. So we did. And it was fine for a little bit. And it deteriorated really, really quickly. I'm so nervous talking about this. So I was a little spooky kid and a little weirdo. I still am. And he had a problem with that, like pretty much from the beginning, which it was always weird to me because I was like, well, why did you even like me? You knew I was this way when we met. So I don't understand why you have a problem with my clothes. And he had a hang up about his dad was a military officer and that it was inappropriate to wear my sort of clothes out in public with an officer's son. And I was like, I was weird when you met me, and unless you want to buy me a whole new wardrobe, then, we're kind of at an impasse. And not only that, like, why would you even want to be with me if you want to change who I am? That really, really bothers me. And so we would fight about that. And it wasn't just fighting, it was hours of berating and lecturing. And by the end, I swear to God, it was like I was on the witness stand or something. Like it was so beyond frustrating and shitty. And I would think he would get it. Like, oh, okay, I explained myself, which, first of all, I was an adult. I shouldn't have to explain myself to another adult and try and justify what doesn't need to be justified. Like, that should have been my clue to run for the hills. And I don't want to overinflate what happened with me. And I don't want to diminish anything that's happened to other people, because I got out relatively unscathed. So many more women have it so much worse. And I think we all have that one guy that we're like, ugh, I can't believe, what the fuck was I thinking? Anyhow, and this is where I can empathize with April, we worked together at the same place. We had all of the same classes together. And so we were together all the time. Like, if he wasn't at my place, then I was at his place. So completely just enmeshed. And I pulled away from my friends, obviously. And part of that's natural. Like, you're in a relationship and you don't see people as often. You don't talk to people as often. So I didn't have a good support system around me at the time because this asshole occupied all of my time. And he was very sweet and friendly and accommodating when we were in front of people. But behind closed doors, it was a totally different story. He didn't hit me or anything like that. It was all just psychological abuse. And I don't even like calling it that, because it implies that I don't see myself as like a victim type person. So it's uncomfortable for me to even say that, but that's what it was. But, so it was my wardrobe. It was, you can't wear that kind of stuff. And then it became, don't hug your friends, whether they're a girl or a gay or anyone. It didn't matter, because hugs were reserved for family members, which really bothered me. because, you're young, in college, and, you hug your girlfriends, whatever. And not only that, it's like they're my friends and I'm my own person, so shut the fuck up. So that would be an argument as to why it's okay. Like, I'm a different person than you, so whereas you don't want to hug your friends or whatever, I don't care. Like, you're your own person. Can you let me be my own person? Can you fucking give me, like, some sort of leeway? Which is insane to even think that you would have to ask somebody to give you leeway as an adult, like as a grown person. But I was there. So it was hours. It was hours of arguing and me constantly trying to explain myself. And then I would think that it was settled. And then it wouldn't be. The next time one of my friends hugged me, it would be the same fight. Or if I didn't look appropriate enough. Never mind that his dad was dead. It was bizarre. Like, he didn't hang out with any military people. His dad was dead. It didn't matter. Like, but still, I don't know if it was like the ghost of his dad was telling him, don't let your girlfriend wear weird stuff. I don't know. It was fucking dumb. But I'd argue it. It was everything. If I didn't feel like being intimate, it was an argument. I didn't feel like I had my own autonomy over my own body. It's really weird. To defer to somebody like that and to allow that to happen. Like, I'm 50% of that. Because I allowed it. I mean, I was also like, basically a kid. I was 19. So I can give myself grace on that, I suppose. But I still beat myself up about it. Like, I should have been smarter. I should have left sooner. And even though it was a million years ago, and we were only together for like 8 months, it still affects me. And I've processed all through it. Like, I'm okay, but I still can't forgive myself for allowing myself to be treated that way. And it's been forever. Like, over a decade. Way over a decade. So. And I don't think that this is what people necessarily see. Like, you see people, they get over stuff like this, and it's been a long time, and it shouldn't affect you, but it does. No, I'm sorry. I didn't think I was going to be upset at all. So I can really empathize with April. I used to, we'd be arguing, and I would tell this asshole that I wish he would have just hit me. It would have been a lot easier to deal with. It fundamentally changed how I am in a relationship. Mr. McKill-a-Listener has to deal with me and what that asshole did. He'll, so it was such a bitch move too, because like when something was wrong, he would do this. And I go, what's wrong? Nothing. And then, all right, what's wrong? Nothing. Okay, come on. Like a bitch, dude. Like, girls do that shit. I don't. I can't stand that. But when I hear Mr. McKill-a-Listener sigh, if he's just tired or whatever, I'm instantly right back there, and it pisses me off more than anything. Because it absolutely was a signal that I had done something wrong. And I was about to get lectured for it and told what an asshole I am, what a piece of shit I am, all of that, for hours. And I'd end up having to apologize for nothing, for being my own person and making my own decisions about the fucking clothes that I wore or that I gave my friend a hug. So, and nobody knew. Nobody knew. I didn't tell anybody. Everybody thought that we were a lovely, happy couple. Because that's what you do. Because it's humiliating. It's embarrassing. So, fast forward. I run into a friend of mine. Who lives out shopping, and she's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. And so we made plans to go out to lunch. And that asshole, for hours, like a whole day before we were going to go to lunch, fought with me, begged me to not go to lunch with my friend. I have no idea why. A friend I had known since middle school, a girl. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? What is your problem? Because every day it was just how shitty I was, and I needed to apologize. I'm an asshole, just all of this. And I put my foot down. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going out to lunch with my friend, you fucking idiot. And I did. And I ended up telling her what was going on because he showed up. He drove through the parking lot and parked where I could see him, like all the way across, and was just staring at me. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, are you kidding me? So then I had told my friend what was going on, and she was like, are you kidding me? Like, you have to break up with this asshole. Like, you don't deserve to be treated this way. And it's wrong. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You know, I'm a fucking idiot. And so I did. And nobody would leave me alone for like 2 weeks because the phone rang off the hook. And like, I had every message was, I'm so sorry, I love you. And then it would be, you fucking bitch, I hate you. It was like the Mel Gibson tapes, but like not funny. It was pretty shitty. And so I was basically being babysat. Well, the night that I broke up with him, my mom ended up taking me to my ex-best friend / boyfriend, his house, because he didn't know where he lived, and stashed me there. And so it was really, but it was humiliating. It was really embarrassing. And I felt more stupid than I could have ever felt, and just really sort of broken down. So, anyhow, nobody would leave me alone for like 2 weeks. Everybody made sure that I was supervised, so it's kind of funny. My dad, for my 18th birthday, got me a 8mm Turkish Mauser rifle. And I knew how to shoot and everything like that. So, but my brother left me with his shotgun and was like, don't hesitate. The 8mm will go through the front door and into the neighbor's house. Don't kill the neighbors. Use this. So I didn't like ever have to though, or anything like that. But like the first day that they left me alone, he was instantly at my front door knocking. And I of course, like I hid in the bathroom. I had the phone and I'm like, oh my God, if this son of a bitch comes in, I got to call the cops and I got to shoot him. But he left. He didn't try and break in or anything like that. Like, I am very lucky. Like, consider myself very lucky. What I went through was not even close to what so many women go through, like including April. So I'm very lucky. But I can still empathize with her. I understand. I had to quit my job, and I had to drop all of my classes that semester. So that was a complete shitty waste. And I had to kind of navigate freedom, which is a really odd thing to have to do. When you're an adult and can make your own fucking decisions, and you don't have anyone berating you or that you have to answer to, and you have total freedom, it is the best feeling on the planet. So when Aaron makes fun of April's new profile picture, saying that she looks all whorish and everything, I don't see that. I see a girl feeling good with the sun on her face that she hasn't had in a long time. And like I said too, this has been so many years. And Mr. McKill-a-Listener still has to deal with it. So, I guess what I'm saying is that if you're in a relationship, it's never too late to treat people with kindness and respect, and to just be nice. Especially if you say that you love the person. Because as little as I went through, it still affects me. Still. So it's really shitty. And I can't imagine going through all of this publicly too. You know? I mean, it's fun and it's, we're removed from it, obviously, because it's, an internet show. It's not like they're real people. You know what I mean? But, But this is the aftermath of that kind of shit. Just the berating and the day-to-day arguing and being told you're not shit. And actually internalizing that and believing it. Substituting somebody else's bullshit for your own good judgment. Accepting the labels that somebody puts on you. It's I can't even explain how different of a person I was before and then after. It fundamentally changed how I behave in relationships and how I navigate through the world. It absolutely did. And mine wasn't shit compared to so many women. I mean, I get it. Pain is pain and, whatever. But I'm so lucky. Like, I didn't even get it like a fraction of a percent than so many women, and it still affects me this way. And so that's why I'm really like, fuck Aaron. Fuck that abusive piece of shit. And now he's trying to be the victim here. He's the one who was psychologically abused. Motherfucker, we have seen how you were with her. Like, I don't even need to explain it. We all know. But, yeah, I think I've pretty much talked about the aftermath, but definitely, think twice before you're mean to your woman. Because it really does. It'll affect them the rest of their lives. And things that you think that you've worked through and you've completely processed and you're okay with. My cat is howling at the door. If you can hear her, I'm sorry. But the next guy is going to have to deal with the fallout. Maddie. So yeah. And again, none of my friends knew. Nobody knew. I kept it all secret because it was embarrassing. It was humiliating. It's still embarrassing. It's still embarrassing for me to actually talk about it, that I can't believe that I allowed somebody to treat me that way. I mean, I have to forgive that I was a kid. And every woman goes through like that ex. But it still affects me to this day. And it absolutely changed how I am in relationships. Mr. McKill-a-Listener has to deal with it. So, he's a saint, though. Jesus Christ. Oh. So, yeah. So when Aaron says, like, anyone who's seen us together on this show, oh, no, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Mr. McKill-a-Listener, their family pretended everything was normal. They were a normal family. I pretended that my asshole ex was sweet and kind and a nice person. It's just what you do. And it shouldn't be embarrassing. It should not be embarrassing. But it is. It shouldn't be humiliating. But it is. And if you go through any of this kind of shit, it will affect you the rest of your life. Like, I don't have the luxury of denial. So I can't just stuff it down and pretend it didn't happen. So I mean, and it's not even that like, oh, boo-hoo, I cry, you know, 1,000,000 times a day or anything like that. Because it's not like that. Like, I did not even think that I was going to cry or anything. Which I'm completely embarrassed about. So, yeah. But it is what it is. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to let it go. I think that it's beneficial, and I think people need to hear this. And that's not to say that, you know, April's a saint or, you know, sweeping for the cicadas or anything like that. Like, they have to atone for their own shit, and they have to work on their own shit. However, I can empathize with April. It's really fucking hard, and it's hard to get out. I can't imagine having it play out on the internet and having Aaron now claim to be the victim. Like, this is the first that we're hearing about it. He wants to sit here and say that, like, oh, because I'm a man. No, it's because we don't believe you. You've never said anything beforehand. Show the proof. You know? Show the proof. Because we have got April's text messages to Ashley. We've got it being entered into evidence. A judge saw fit that that was actual evidence. And Aaron fucking admitted it. Which is, it's going to be part of, you know, Mr. McKill-a-Listener and I's video later on tonight. Because he's sitting here saying it's all horseshit, lies, blah, blah. Fuck you. The fuck it is. So yeah. I think I've rambled on enough. I don't know what the fuck this is. But fuck Aaron Imholte and fuck any other guy who is abusive or anything like that. And ladies, if you are out there, men, if you are out there, get out. It's never too late to get out, and it's okay. It's okay. Be safe. If you need to make a plan with somebody, tell someone. Make an escape plan. You can get out, and you can absolutely come out the other side and get through this shit. Nobody deserves to be abused in any kind of a way. You're worth more than that. And if you're being abusive, you are fundamentally changing who a person is. And then their next partner has to deal with that. Not only do they have to deal with it, but their next partner has to deal with the fallout of all of that shit. So, good luck. I used to be ridiculously sweet and accommodating and make excuses for people, and I am no longer that way, and I think I'm very, very short with people, especially if I feel like they are trying to force me to do something, or are coercive or anything like that. If I feel like a modicum of, oh, this person wants to control me or control my behavior, I instantly bristle. Because fuck that, and I won't ever let anybody else treat me that way. So. Poor Mr. McKill-a-Listener. Oh, he's so sweet. Adorable and supportive. And we make jokes about, oh, I'd love to go to this asshole's house and like him do donuts on his front lawn and just be like, fuck you, I have to deal with her now, you fucking asshole. Because I think it'd be funny. So anyhow, okay, if you watch this, I appreciate it. We'll have another video coming out, so talking about more Aaron bullshit lies. So it seems like every single day, and Keanu and all this horseshit. So have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever it is. And yeah, I guess see you in the next one. I don't know. Bye, guys.